Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Sir, நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா சந்தோஷ் சார்?
நல்லா இருக்கு. அதான் நம்ம இது மாதிரி தான் சந்திச்சுக்க வேண்டியதா இருக்கு.
Very sorry, ஒரு 10 minutes late. Sorry, very sorry.
பரவாயில்ல, no problem. இல்ல காலேஜ் நிறைய ஃப்ரீயா தான்.
என்ன கான்ஸ்டன்ட்லி வைப்ரண்டா? ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். நிறைய பாத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன். நிறைய ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்குது. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு எனக்கு அதான்.
We have a very good team என்கிட்ட. காலேஜ்ல.
அதான் if leader is great, follower is also great.
Yes.
Something problem for the leader, everything problem. This is the concept.
Very nice. Okay, we'll start.
Yes.
Yeah, we can start.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can start, madam.
Pragadish and Anchal, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead.
सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं बुधसत्यमात्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणान् कथने श्रवणो कथायाम् हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः स्मृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिस्ततां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तमीनाम् नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनामविभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Hope you all got stimulated listening to this song. Now it's time for the welcome address. I welcome our beloved secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Mundraji, who have always assisted and advised us in n number of ways. I welcome our ever motivating principal, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu sir, who have assisted us not only in development but also in enhancing our creativity and knowledge. I welcome our ever engaging HOD, Dr. J. Jayashankar sir and Professor S. Seshadri Nathan sir, who have always supported us and boosted our morale. It's my privilege to welcome Dr. K. Maran sir, resource person for detail, who truly sets benchmark for multi-hyphenated achievements.
Sir is not audible. Yamuna, is sir audible?
Okay. Now it is audible? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good evening to one and all. Professor Dr. Maran, Director of Sairam Institute of Management. Professor Jayashankar, Head of the Department of Commerce, and organizing members, Dr. Yamuna and other team. First, I'd like to welcome our today's chief guest, Professor Maran, who is very known to me for the past 30 years, since from my childhood. So we are all associated together at a small town near Katumnar Koil, and I was studying there in a higher secondary school, and we are associated. And I started my career as computer science. He is in the management, and one of the renowned person in Tamil Nadu, where you can see a lot of debates in which education debates he used to participate, and he used to give the views of the educationalists on behalf of us. So such a great personality is with us today for the seminar consisting of both entrepreneurship and innovation. Usually entrepreneurship will be the major thing where we will be having a ED cell and other things in the college. Recently, the word innovation is added, and also in the principles of management also. When you talk about the management principle, planning, organizing, controlling, computing, executing, that's all. There will be no word innovation in that principles of management. But recently, it was added. For before 5 years, 6 years only, the management itself, it was added the word innovation. So the innovation plays an important role for any entrepreneur. If you take a food industry like Zomato and other things, we have a lot of hotel industries where people will go and sit and eat, and they will get the parcel. They have innovated in such a way that through online, a group of people will serve the food to your home. This is one innovation. And third innovation have come now. People doesn't like the food supplied by the hotel. They want a home food. Recently, I saw that innovated methodology from Pondicherry, Madras Cafe, something I saw at Facebook, where what they are doing is their innovation in the hotel industry. They are making a food tailor-made. So they have selected the customer and they cook the food in a common kitchen, and they will deliver the things to the respective house and the respective places. Like what has happened in Bombay, like in Carrier. Same thing has happened where the innovative thing is we had a food industry, hotels, then we moved to Zomato, and even there is a lot of competition. We are not happy with the quality of the food, or we are not happy with something close. Then the tailor-made one where the people in need of homemade the food. Like that, in each and every area, whether it is manufacturing industry or whether it is automobile industry or whatever may be, where the innovation is very important. Even if you buy a car, when you buy a car, the car should have more features. If there is feature is less, you will not be buying a car. So like touch screens, the navigations, then troubleshooting systems, like if any troubles comes, it has to be displayed, voice recognition. All these things are the added features to the car, which is innovated one, where because of that only, the people used to select the car. That's why the other car company can compete with the Ambassador, they can compete with the Maruti, and they are coming up. So in any entrepreneurship, the innovation is very important. Why this type of sales is needed at the college level? The college like us, Dwarkadas Vaishnav College, we have 10,000 students. Each and every student will have their own innovations, where the college has to provide the platform for the students to exhibit their innovations to the general public, so that these type of sales, ICC and innovation sales, entrepreneurial startups, all these things we are concentrating recently. I can say very well that after taking charge as a principal 1 year before, for the recent 3 months before, I have decided that where we are moving in a monotonous way, where we have to change the institution to the next level. If you want to change the institution to the next level, where we have to divide the students to various categories, like whether the students can go for higher studies, whether the students go for a business, they can go for any competitive examinations, whether they can go for some startups, like that, we have to identify the student. And after identifying the students, not only identification, we have to give a platform. So such a big institutions in a heart of the city, where we the faculty members, where the faculty members of commerce or computer science or life science, whoever may be, we are having our own responsibility. Previously, the responsibility of the faculty members is they will come, they will teach and go. They will not worry about the future of the candidates. They will not worry about the students. This happened in 1997 when I joined, 1991 when I joined in St. Joseph's College. But at that time itself, because of computer science, we used to think about a placement. Only placement will be there. Now the placement have become a least bother, where we are thinking in a different way, where we have to create a various platform to the students. So putting all together only, we Dwarkadas Vaishnav College started doing a lot of workshops, conferences, seminars, and we are inviting the eminent persons like Professor Maran and other people who are in the field to share their knowledge to the students and also to the faculty members. So we the faculty members are teaching learning process. Even today we will learn something, tomorrow we will learn something. Whatever we teach, whatever we learn, in turn we will take them to the classrooms. So that is the role of the faculty members. The role of the students is where we, the department, we, the college, have to give a right platform for various aspects. So keeping put together, we are having this type of workshops and conferences conducted in our campus. So with these few words, once again, I like to congratulate the PG and Research Department of Commerce for organizing this type of program and also inviting a right person for the right program. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Good evening, respected principal of our college, Dr. S. Santosh Babu sir, our chief guest, Dr. Maran, Director, Institute of Management Studies, Sri Sairam Institute of Management, my dear colleagues and students. We are happy to organize today's webinar on the theme Entrepreneurship and Innovation in association with the Institution's Innovative Council. In fact, our department has organized many programs on entrepreneurship in the past. We had even offered a certificate course for our PG students a couple of years back in association with MSME Government of India. And very recently, we conducted a 21-day program on entrepreneurship.
Sir had left the meeting, sir. I called HOD sir now.
Always this network problem will be there.
Yes, sir. He had so much of trouble today while joining. He had been joined, that's why from 2:30 onwards he was in, sir. Pragadish.
Mr. Sir, let him speak at the end after Professor Maran.
Oh, okay, sir. Pragadish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If Sir doesn't join, HOD sir doesn't join within 30 seconds, you can call upon Geeta ma'am for introduction of the speaker. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be doing that. I'll be waiting for a few seconds, and if not, I'll be going ahead.
Yeah.
Madam, introduction, no need, madam. People are after. Just you allow me to talk, no problem.
Few words about it, sir.
Just 2 lines. Just you tell about only 2 lines. That's enough.
Okay, Anchal, go ahead, ma.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to welcome Dr. M.R. Geeta Ma'am, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Commerce, to introduce our resource person, Dr. K. Marin, sir, to the virtual gathering.
Yes, thank you, Anchal. Shall I proceed, Yamuna?
Yes, ma'am, please, ma'am.
Good evening, one and all. I'm honored to introduce the resource person of this session, Dr. K. Maran, Professor, Director, Coordinator, ED Cell, Sri Sairam Institute of Management Studies, Sri Sairam Engineering College, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Sir has done his PhD and MBA in Annamalai Universities. Sir has 15 years of research experience and 28 years of teaching experience. Sir has also 10 years experience in training and consultancy services. Sir has published around 210 articles in referred national and international journals. Sir has produced 42 PhDs and 65 MPhil candidates in business administration. Sir is also acting as chief editor for various national and international journals. Sir has participated in 200 conferences organized by reputed universities, B schools in India and overseas. Sir has organized 12 international conferences, 40 national conferences, 400 seminars, and 40 FDPs and workshops. Sir has hosted more than 1,000 programs for youth development and career guidance in various television channels in Tamil Nadu. Sir has won many awards to name a few: Best Research Paper Award, Education Leadership Award, Best Entrepreneurship Development Cell Coordinated Award, Best Director Award, Karmavira Chakra, Best Citizenship Award, and the award list goes on and on. Sir has provided career guidance for more than 2 lakh students across the world through various institutions and television media organized programs. Sir has authored and edited 20 books and visited many countries such as UAE, Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, Macau, and Nepal. Sir has produced more than 100 university ranks and 3 gold medals. It is great privilege, sir, for all of us to have such an eminent personality, learned professor, and great motivational speaker addressing amidst us today. We are sure that his word of wisdom and advice will enrich us today with great learning. We welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Most respected, the great institution, head of the institution, Professor Dr. S. Santosh Babu. I am really very proud and seeing you as a very, very eminent personality, one among the top 10 educationalists in Tamil Nadu. I am really very grateful, honor. I am really very happy to be associated with you. I know about you. I think what you said, right from the schooling, what we are doing today, which shows, which reflect everything from our soil nature. Our soil only stimulate our performances for the society. And respected heading of PG Commerce and respected the coordinator, Dr. G. Yamuna ma'am. For the past 10 days, she keep on tracking me and following me. Sir, where you can conduct it, when can you conduct it, what is the topic? she troubled like that, but at the same time, I never, she's not troubling, but her sincerity. Then those who are introduced, Madam Geeta, and my dear friends, fellow colleagues, very good evening to another person here. I think today, what your principal insisting, so when you are preparing students, the preparing students not only for the corporate or the company, we are preparing students for the society. The society in the sense in different dimensions, the business, trade, leadership, social, there are n number of dimensions. So that is the major impact. Every institutional, the impact what, the influence, introduce the students for the society in different dimensions. So that's what our principal, Santosh Babu, insisting what in his introduction speech, how we are preparing students. So in the competitive market, we are preparing students in different dimensions, which shows the quality of the head of the institutions, the leadership qualities. So with this today, the topic also very, very eminent, important topic, entrepreneurships. So without the entrepreneurships, the economy is not here. Without economy, the society will not be here. So every movement in the world, every movement in the country, every movement in our family, the entrepreneurship's influence is very, very important. Entrepreneurships, without entrepreneurships, we never do anything. Now, the critical in our life, every moment in our life, so which is purely beginning with the entrepreneurs. Without entrepreneurs, we never do anything in the world. Even our Prime Minister and also our finance ministers. Now they are preparing the budgets. So before they have to preparing budgets, who are the most important people, Before preparing any government, preparing any budgets, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Finance Ministers, used to meet only the top 100 entrepreneurs in India. Why? Because the entrepreneurs only generating more economy. Entrepreneurs only generating more employment. So without employment, we never run the societies. Without employment, we never run the organizations. So everything is only beginning with entrepreneurship. So the ED cell is one of the most important part, even for developed countries. Stanford universities or the Harvard universities or NUS, National University, Singapore or Sydney University or Oxford universities, any foreign universities, they have more focused on startup as well as entrepreneurships. Today in India, the Indian education system, the culture, something changed. Instead of the corporate, the students courage to start up their own business. The students are encouraged to start up their own business. So such kind of activities always is supporting for the student communities. Not only for the student communities, even for the country betterment, societal betterment. The business only solution for the country. So that's why the entrepreneurship culture is very, very important. Even when you are running the arts and science college, the science students might be there. The management commerce students are also there. But the business concept something different. Your education and employment is totally irrelevant. Your education and entrepreneurship also totally irrelevant. Where you are standing, your mind is one of the most important part. Your mind is most important part. So we need to train our students. We need to shape our students. We need to equip our students. The students' inspiration is very, very important. The students' realization is very, very important. Without their inspirations, without their passionate, without their interest, without their involvement, we never do anything. But who will create such a passion as a teacher or as a head of the institution or the whole institutional climate, the institutional environment, create such an excellent environment for the students to start up their own business, So with this today, we can start our lecture with this. Okay, I am grateful to thank my dear Dr. Santosh Babu, Principal. I think with his supportings and head and the departments, we have to start our presentations. Please. Would you able to see my PPT?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Thank you. I think this PPT for both teachers, suppose if anybody that teaches wanted to teach that startup, you can use this PPT, you can use these methods in your classrooms, regular classrooms. As a graduates, the commerce graduates, the science graduates, the engineering graduates who are watching these presentations, you may enable to start up your own business. So this is the concept here. Today, the startup is one of the emerging in the world economy. In India, for the past few years, the government of institutions motivating students to into the venture, the startup. What our principal said, the innovations are very, very important. Without the innovations, we can't do anything. Here, the startup is one of the most important for sustainable development. Without startup, without small and medium enterprises, without entrepreneurship, we never sustaining in the world economy. Today we are in the competitive world. Not only in terms of economy, in terms of technological empowerment, in terms of digital empowerment, in terms of innovation empowerment, in terms of the patent, intellectual property empowerment. So we have to compete in different dimensions to sustaining your country in the world. We have to contribute. So every citizen is more responsibilities. Every teacher is more responsible to sustaining of our country in the world market. So with this today, our presentations mainly focused on startup, newly startup, innovation-based startup. So that's what the students are, here, after graduations, as per our economical system, our family structures, majority of the students as well as the parents, their main intentions after graduations, you can go to corporate, you can go to companies, you can gain some of money, you can work for the companies. So the majority of the parents and students mindset, if I choose this program, even either the engineering program or paramedical programs or arts program or science programs, so before admitting their ward, the parents used to ask whether these re-employment opportunities there or not, which is purely based on our economic system, the financial structure. Right? So what I'm saying here, I think this another 1 hour presentations, you may change your mind. You may start your venture. You can change your mind. You can start your ventures. There, no need to spend more money. Money is not a matter today, my dear friends. Only our mind is more important. If you are set your mind, if you establish your mind, if you strengthen your mind, definitely you can succeed. So in these critical situations, the unemployment, very thick populations, market also very big competitions. There are so many critical issues are there. Very critical issues. Even the world also in VUCA. Volatilities, uncertainties, complexity, and ambiguities. In the world markets, VUCA, VUCA. N number of volatilities. Uncertainties also there. Very much of complexities, ambiguities. So in these critical situations, how can I equip myself? How could I stabilize myself? How to strengthen my qualities? How to stand in the market? How to succeed in my life? So there you need to turn the startup. You have to start your startup. That startup always streamline of your life. So this is most important part. Right? So with this, the country full of young populations, around 35 to 40% of Indian populations here, young populations, around 20 to 40 years. Even the statistics were not 35, more than 35. The India is second largest country in the populations. India is second largest countries. So when the populations are very thick, what are the major advantage? What are the major disadvantage? The major advantage in the sense what happening here, for your business guys, you can use these populations. You see, mobile companies. How many mobile manufacturers from India? How many mobile manufacturers from abroad? Right? Last year, the mobile brands, 1,300 brand which is introduced in India, which is introduced in India. Around 200 mobile manufacturers established their business in India, running their business in India. Out of that, how many of the foreign players? How much of the foreign investment? Even the digital, online, mobile payment. Right? Many automobile industries, food product industries, fast moving consumer goods, including your KFC, Kentucky Fried Chickens, Domino's, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. I think all of the major business guys investing from the outside. Why they are looking the government? Why they are looking into India? The thickest populations, the growing economy, the young economy country, purchasing power somewhat increases. So we can, attract the people. We could attract the people. This is one of the major advantage. The major disadvantage, what happening here? As a graduate, after graduation, you may seeking the job. The employment market is very, very tough. Even you see the last year. The Indian monetary economical systems. I am Indian monitoring economical systems. I think the last month they have announced it. Around the 19% unemployment rate increases. 19% unemployment rate is increases compared to November to December. So they keep on urban side populations unemployment, rural side unemployment. So you could see the unemployment is keep on increasing. So in these critical situations, where I can go, what can I do, how to equip myself, how to stand with my own leg. So that's what the advantage and disadvantage is in these thickest populations. The country is full of young populations. You see the China. I think India is one of the major strength for the India, the young populations. Of the people who are under the young categories. Where in this case of China, the demographic variations I'm telling. The China, what happened? Because the age group 70, the young population is very less. The birth rate also reducing. The older people strength density is high. Japan, there is no youngsters. There is no birth rate also very less. Singapore, birth rate is nil. Aged populations are very high. So in these critical situations, when you are comparing China and India, the India has got more advantage. So today you have what the fullest advantage. You can use it. That's what the country full of young people, young populations, more than 35. So in these critical situations where I can go, So in this pretty confused where to go next. I don't know. I'm confusing. So my dear students, those who are connecting here, after 1 hour, you may get some clear ideas. You may framing your own vision and missions. What I want to be, where I want to go, how to do, where to do, when to do. I think after these presentations, you will come to conclusions. Where I want to go. So in this pretty confused where to go next? Where to go next? Whether you go for employment or next what? That's what in the pretty confused, you might be what? Whether you want to go to employment, whether you go for employment, or you think status. You analyze about your future. You think about your future. You think about your strength. You think about your weakness. You think about the market. You think about the economy. So there are different perspectives. Even as a commerce graduates, what you need, your syllabus and your curriculum is very, very excellent syllabus, excellent curriculum. 100% of the syllabus which is relevant to the business, which is relevant to the economy, which is relevant to the entrepreneurship, which is relevant to the trade, which is relevant to the economy. then no need to bothering of your syllabus. No need to bothering of your educations. No need to bothering of your learnings. So what you have to do, as a commerce graduates, even male or female populations, male or female students, no need to bothering. The gender is not a matter. Gender is not a matter. Our guts is a more a matter. Gender is not a matter. So that's what the employment. But because if anybody wants to go to employment, you can go. But I never objected. You can go to corporate. You work for 2 years. You may work for 2 years. You will work for 2 years or 3 years. You have to gain some of experience. After the industry experience, you may start your own business. Even I used to advise my students, engineering graduates, please no need to go to the multinational companies, blue chip organizations, the large companies. You can go to small and startup companies or small and medium enterprises. If you are appointing there, if you are working with small and medium enterprises, you may chances to gaining a number of knowledge, inventory level knowledge, administration of the people, the financial aspect, sales aspect, market aspect. So different perspectives you may learn. You should learn in different perspectives. So when you are learning, when you are upgrading different dimensions about the business, about the business transactions, about the market, about the technologies, you may start your own business. That's what, whether you go for employment or you can think about your status, what is really we need. Right? This is very important. So in these critical situations, what? Sir, employment is problem, sir. Public also issues. Wherever you go, even if you want to go to foreign software companies, BPO companies, wherever you go, the job, almost the problem is always there. So in these critical situations, what nowadays the foreign universities, the most of the foreign university students, what they are doing, after their graduations, they have to start up their own business. They have to set up their own business. Even I would like to quote one small example. I would like to insist one small example about IIT. Today, IIT is what? 70% of the IITians are doing their own business. Only 30% of the IITians are working for the corporate. Even you do the consultancy. Even as a commerce graduate, you do the GST practices, income tax practices, internal audit practices, risk management practices, project management practices, or logistics and supply chain management practices. There are n number of opportunities relevant to your business, relevant to your program, the commerce programs. Right? Even as a commerce. Internal audits, very, very important. Internal audits. Right? Risk management, insurance, the banking. There are n number of chances for the business students, the commerce students. So, today in the pandemic period, or even the normal periods, every country needs more number of entrepreneurs for their growth. Every country, even if you go to Sri Lanka need more number of small and medium enterprises. Singapore, they need more number of small and medium enterprises. Malaysia, they need more number of small and medium enterprises. So India is also like that. Every country, their intention is to empowering in terms of economy, even as an individual in our family. How many of you here, but without the intention of earning money? Every individual is to earn more money. Every individual is to earn money. I mean, you are learning purpose only for the earning. The learnings today, you are learning only for your earnings. So the every country intention is to motivating more number of entrepreneurs to start up their own business, set up their own business. That's why the government of India was pumping billions of dollars. Here I would like to quote one informations. The chip means the computer science students are aware of semiconductor chip, such a small size chip. So in the last 2 months, as a business students, you may aware of it, for the past 6 months or 1 year, the two-wheeler segment, two-wheeler segment sales went down. The car industries, automobile cars, that car industries, almost all car brands sales very soaring, they went down. Even the truck manufacturers, lorry, the entire automobile industry is facing problems due to shortage of semiconductor. due to shortage of semiconductors such as small chips. So where you are producing? So the majority of the semiconductors we have imported from the foreign countries. Who are the major leader, the giant for the semiconductor? The people immediately looking China. China is not a major player. America is number one, 47% market share of semiconductors productions. Next to America, the most of the Indian corporates were importing only from Taiwan. Taiwan got around 17% market shares in the world market. Taiwan, such a small country like Tamil Nadu. They are more into the semiconductors. They are manufacturing. Now what happened? 15 days back, the government of India, Honorable Prime Ministers announced, so every campus, every institutions initiating such a semiconductor, small and medium enterprises, for which the government have allocated 82 lakhs crores funds. If you are investing 50 lakhs for your business, the government what? Providing 50 lakhs free of cost. Subsidies. Even the TV, what do you call it? The panel, the TV panels and some other panels, they are investing millions of dollars. So the government of India initiating n number of activities to motivating the young minds, motivating the youth to be an entrepreneur. So we need more amount of entrepreneurs, not only for the particular segments, every dimensions. You see the food product industries, hotel, restaurants, tourism consultancies, even the logistics operations, the banking operations, digital operations, every dimensions we need, even agriculture-based product, technology-based agricultures, IoTs, cloud computings, data science, machine learnings, artificial intelligence. So there are n number of technologies available for the business. But how you are utilize the technology for your business? So that's why the India needs more entrepreneurs for the economical growth, employment aspect, social status, everything. What is the entrepreneurs only solutions? That's what India needs, more number of entrepreneurs. So for which, what is you need? What is the need? If you want to be an entrepreneur, what is the really importance? How to frame your mind, how to set your mind. So this is very important, right? So in these critical situations, what the entrepreneurs' opportunities is startup statistics I'm telling here. I think the government of India initiating more startup. Nowadays, you see, even in your place, in your college opposite, there are so many trucks, food trucks are there. After 6 o'clock, after 4 o'clock, food products across Chennai. Now the food trucks, what here? The growth is like mushroom growth. There are so many varieties of the food, including the vegetarians, non-vegetarians, Chinese food, tandoori food. Right here, even snacks startup. So there are n number of startup which are there. Startups, electronics based startup, industry based startup, automation based startup. Right. So there are n number of startups. So in India, the 2008 only 7,000 startups which are there. 18 what again only 50,000. Well, you see what within the 10 years the drastic tremendous growth for startup 50,000. So in the 2019 alone 13,000 startup. The 20 due to the COVID-19 whatever you get the 2,000 startup what somewhat less. But if COVID is not there, the startup promotion something different. So this is a small statistics. So what you really need? What do you really need for the startup? What do you really need? Because every day you see the 2 to 3, 3 technology-based startups are very important. The technology-based startup in the sense, what I'm saying, technology-based startup in the sense, right? Technology-based startup in the sense. So the technical students, I think in your college, that's what the national education policy, interdisciplinary education, you are doing computing science. Or in your college, chemistry students also there, physics students also there, fashion design students also there, visual communication students also there. There are, I think, you try to combine with others. Technology, you have business ideas, market feasibilities, financial feasibilities, That guy is bringing some technical feasibilities. So both of you join together, you can start your own business. So these are some statistics here. Every statistics. 2 to 3, the technical base, around 60 to 70% of the business, but even the total startup, a digital based business. You can start website design, web designing companies, or website audit based companies. Website audit based companies enough to you. Website audit based companies. Okay, so like this you can start entrepreneurship opportunities. There are some small statistics which are there, right? Then the KPMG is what one of the leading analysts. Nowadays, that what you call again the startup where you are starting, the startup earlier, Chennai is one of the best example, Bangalore, Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi. I think earlier, 5 years back, 8 years back, 7 years back. But today, the tier 2, tier 3 city students are encouraged to start up their own business. Even you see the Coimbatore, Madurai, Dindigul, and some other places, there are a number of innovations. There are a number of engineering colleges. Science students also there. They have their own innovations. They have their unique ideas. They have their unique knowledge, unique ideas. So they can start up their own business. That's what the tier 2, tier 3 cities, Cochin, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Lucknow, Indore, Ranchi, Patna. So like the list is going on. So the guys in Ahmedabad, or Lucknow, or Indore, Ranchi, or Patna, what happening here? So why didn't try? You are a heart of cities. You have a number of facilities. The EDCL is always supporting for you. Head of the institution supporting for you. Faculty also supporting for you. So in these critical situations, what I want to be, you have to think all these things. So these are tier 1, tier 2 cities are highly familiar. So now they are going on that. Now they are established their own startups. So there are a number of startups. Even here, what I'm saying, I think there are I tell you that. The best startups in India. I think your principal also addressing in the introduction speech, he was touched about Snapdeals, Swiggy. Right? So the best startup in India, they are very young. The best startup in India. I think you are the youth. You are youth. So don't bothering of the gender. I think, sir, I am blank, I am female, I am male. I think nothing is there. Please, you should come out. You never bothering of your, future. You can start your own business. Then you need to preparing such excellent business model today onwards. Excellent business model. The business model very important. Consulting. Even, sir, I want to do training for my students. Even for commerce students, I need to training about this, GST. I want to train. I want to be a trainer. The training consultancy is very, very important. The logistics consultancy also very, very important. Supply chain consultancy very important. So these are all some best startup. I think you might be aware of OYO. Every place you can find out OYO. So what is it? How many of you study of the history of OYO? How many of you understanding the promoter's history? Such a small guys promoting OYO rooms. Across the world today, the brand is very, very popular across the world. Even the Paytm is one of the most important parts. In the pandemic situations, you cannot move out. You never come out from your homes. Who will support? Like this, the mobile banking payment, mobile payment always supporting for you. Paytm, like there are many agencies, many technologies available. For taxi booking, Ola, Flipkart, whatever the products, the rare products which are there, you are buying. But today, not rare product. So every day you are buying Flipkart, Snapdeals, Swiggy. So these are the best startup promoted by the youngsters like you. The Snapdeals, the last year Swiggy, about the Swiggy. I think last 2 weeks back, Swiggy also released it. In the pandemic period, 2021, so what type of dishes which are highly booked through the Swiggy, chicken biryani, vegetable rice, fried rice, chicken 65, mushroom, right? Manchurians, something. I think there are 4 dishes are highly ordered by the peoples. There, what I say, commerce guys, what you can do, from where they are ordered. Metropolitan city, how many of them ordered? Suburban areas, how many of them ordered? how many male ordered, how many female ordered, what are the income status, what are the consumption pattern, how often ordered, how frequently they ordered. How frequently they ordered. Every week they ordered or every day they ordered. So this is the responsibility of the business students. Before you have to start up your own business, you must understanding about the market. You must understanding about your customers. You must understanding about your competitors. And one more information is about Snapdeal. Not last year, before the pandemic period, the Snapdeal, because in the Snapdeal, 2 million pair lipsticks sold through the Snapdeal. 2 million lipsticks sold through Snapdeals. So as a commerce graduates, because when the company, once the corporate announced these transactions, as a commerce graduates, the business graduates, you must understanding how many female people ordered, how many male ordered, whether the lipsticks, lipsticks 100% used by the women. But male, how many of them interested to order? What is their age group? The guys ordered to his girlfriend, or his wife, or his mummy, Am I right? Or his mummy. So this is the analysis very, very important. Then the above 40 years, aunties, how many of them ordered? Right. So North Indians, how many of them ordered? Well, state-wise. The South Indian business, the startup, the best startups in India, which are initiated by the youngsters. It's very, very important, sir. This is one important. So you might be inspired. Please don't see the brand. I think, what is the impact? What is the influences? What is the turnover? How they are initiating, how they are succeeding the business. That's very, very important. In Chennai, south part of Chennai, people used to have coffee. I think earlier, a few years back, the Kumbakonam degree coffee, almost all of you are aware of. The Kumbakonam degree coffee, I think when you are traveling from Tambaram to Dindivanam in GST road, GST roads, around 140 Kumbakonam degree shops, Kumbakonam degree coffee is available. 140 Kumbakonam degree coffee retail outlets are there, shops. Out of that, who is the real promoters? Who is the first promoters? Who are the first promoters? The real promoters, what happened here, only at 2007, I think Mr. Steve Weston, he belongs to Kumbakonam, Tanjavur. His native place is Tanjavur, he belongs to Tanjavur. He also physics graduate from Pundi Pushpam College, Tanjavur. Pushpam, one of the very, very, like D.J. Vaishnav College, very, very familiar college. That fellow worked in insurance companies, one small insurance company, in Maduranthakam, he was a branch manager. 2007, that company decided to close the branch. So on the time, his salary is only 7,000 rupees. Per month, his salary is 78,000 rupees. So the corporate decided to wind up the branch at Maduranthakam. So after that, he doesn't know where he has to go. Then he was initiated himself. He knows only the professions making coffee. Why? Because when his mother preparing coffee, he always supporting. He knows the realities, how to preparing coffees. Then he started such a small vendor, small business in Maduranthakam. 2007, his salary only 7,000 rupees. But today, 2007, in the sense, what happened? Because 13 to 15 years. Now that company turnover, 25 crores turnover company. 25 crores turnover company. You see his income. What is his income? Because of his passionate. I think his graduations, he is basically physics graduates. Where he is worked in insurance company, where he is initiating business, coffee business. Would you justify? Would you correlate his basic education and his employment as well as entrepreneurships? Is there any possibles? Nothing. So that's what, where you are standing, your passionate is more important. Your passionate is very important. And one more information sharing about the small stories, like you are just 4 years older than you, 5 years older than you. I think the 4 more students from different degree. One guy from MBA, one guy from MCA, and another one guy from engineering, and one more guy from like BCom or BSc physics, BSc. So the guys, what the 4 of them never sit in the classrooms. Only the average students, only average students. But they are more passionate about business. Wherever the entrepreneurship conclave like this, any entrepreneurship programs in the university, any business stall, startup and competition, something they used to participate. So that 4 years back, they have started Karpati coffee, Karpati coffees, palm sugar. Right? I think now the already Pattiyan Karpati coffee is one of the familiar brand in South Madras. He has established more than 20 branches. What they are buying, in Chennai, they are buying only 2 things. The first one is the water, and another one is the milk. The milk also not produced by Chennai, in Chennai. Milk also imported from some other places. But what you call it, they purchased corporate milk. The rest of the palm sugars imported from Udangudi. All the sweets, snacks, whatever imported from Thoothukudi and Tirunelveli. Right? Mornings they used to get through that omnibus. All these stocks, whatever here they have collected at yes, that's why I'm telling. So everything based on the passionate. I think the guys engineering or the MBA or science, I think they didn't work even single day. I think that because that gentleman is working experience. The another gentleman without working experience. So these are the example. So you need to be more passionate. At the same time, you have to create more value for your product and brand. Oyo, Flipkart, Paytms, Swiggy. Right? You see the values. They're creating value for the product, creating value for the demand. So that kind of mindset is very, very important. Then when you are changing the world, you see the Oyo across the world, you can able to find out the Paytm, you can able to find out. You may able to change the world, changing the world. Right? So when you are initiating even the semiconductors, various Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, various brand in mobile phones. But earlier, 10 years back, 15 years back, when they have started their own business, which is not the Asian continent or the country-wise, the regional-wise player, even the Nirma washing powder, even the Achi Masala product, the regional product, Lion Dates regional products, The Lion Dates nowadays across, across the country now they are distributing. So that's why you can change the world. Then you should be money controller. You should be money controller. Being control monies. I think that's why I'm told now, because the prime ministers wanted to meet the top 100 business people. Finance ministers wanted to meet 100 business guys. So the being control money. This is one of the most important part. For the business guys. I think wherever you go, the recognition is always there. Suppose if you're working for the corporate, how much amount you can gain? Maximum of 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakhs. So after 40 years, what happened here? You are unfit for your family life. But as a business guys, what they are doing, I think they are empowering something. They empower some things. So these are very, very, very important to start up their own business. So what your principal insisting the creative innovations at the Institute Innovation Council, IIC, you are associated this program there. What are the creative innovations for your business? The creative innovation in the sense what unique something, unique from others. What I used to tell to my students, you always unique from others. The people thought something different. You have thought something different. How you are perceived? What is your thought? What is your innovations? Even in terms of understanding, terms of interactions, terms of decision making. terms of innovations, who are the people? One of the best example presenting to you. I am presenting what who are excel in business, who are succeed in business. So I think there is they are the number one example for your presentations. You must understanding. You must understanding. You know about the Oyo. You know about the Ola. I think whoever developed the systems, I'm enjoying the systems. I'm enjoying the technologies. Don't think like that. When can you start? When can you initiate such kind of technologies? When can you launching the such kind of technologies? So this is the creative innovations. You see the innovations in taxi services. Earlier, even the 10 years back, 8 years back, when you want to travel by taxi, you can go to the taxi stand, you can negotiate with the driver, you can fix the rate, then you can start out traveling. Taxi stand. But today, which is not possible. Today, Uber, Ola, there are n number of the local, regional players also there. You can go to Coimbatore, Go Taxi, Red Taxis. Go Taxi and Red Taxis dominating the Uber and Ola in Coimbatore and other three more districts. So what I'm saying, the Uber, Ola, you can book your cab, the home itself. You can decide which car you want to book. Sir, I want to go by small car, sedan car, or multi-utility car, the sports utility car, a luxurious car, diesel vehicles, petrol vehicles. So you decide anything through that Uber and Ola or online. So this is some innovations in taxi services. Almost all of you are aware of. You can acknowledge that what a trend in these taxi services. Then you can go for hotel services, booking the room. Earlier, if you want to booking the rooms, you can make a call. You can identify. You can analyze whether there is any vacancies or not, or something. You make a call. Or otherwise, when you are landing the places, you can reach the hotels whether the hotel rooms available out there or not. But today, the Oyo rooms, what happening here? Fortunately, unfortunately, so before you are leaving from the home, so you might be booking your room. What is the size of the room, facilities in the room, or hotel facilities, or the cost aspect, or breakfast aspect, whatever. Every dimensions you might be understanding before you have to start your travel. So these are all the innovations in hotel services. Even Oyo, what they are doing, because the apartment services they initiated. Every educational institutions, hostel services they have initiated, but these two kind of initiatives which are failure for Oyo. This kind of initiatives. So apartment, maintenance, the educational institutions, hostel maintenance, which is not possible, sir. But the rooms, strategies, somewhat success. So innovations, the hotel services, innovations in hotel services, which is very important. The next to the innovations in hotel services, you may chance to get innovations in media. You see the medias, earlier media, televisions media. Nowadays, social medias. Even in the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. So there are n number of social medias are there. Even in the social media, how to empower your business, how to propaganda about your business, how to propaganda about the market, your product, or your brand. Right? You see that social medias. The Twitter is one of the largest account holder. You can use the media services are very, very important. Media services very, very important. Media services very, very important. Right? Media services very important. Then the innovations in groceries. In groceries, what happening here? Even today, you can use, only dairy product. You can use only for dairy product. Morning milk, or curd, or ghee, or butter. So like this, you can use. You try to find out. You have to study about the market. You have to study about the markets, innovations in groceries. So no need to go to departmental stores. You can choose your groceries items. You can choose the grocery items, the brand-wise groceries. Am I right? Grofers. So there are many online distributors are there. Online buying business people are there. Innovations in groceries. Those days, but today every product which is highly possible to reach in your hand, reach your home. So this is what earlier what we call super departmental stores. Today everything's online. So the super departmental stores, how many thousands of square feet you need? How much of labor empowerment, labor force, investment, working capitals. But here the online business, there is no single paisa investment. Which brand you want? Udayam doll I want, sir. Or Mr. Gold I want. Or whatever the oil brands which are there. Whatever the, whatever the agro-based product we need. So what I'm saying, everything is outsourcing. No need to investment. Just to have to investment only for the software development, design development, market development. There you need to stand. You need to prove. You have to prove who are you? Who am I? I am proud of DJ Vaishnavas. You have to tell, sir, I am proud of DJ Vaishnavas. I'm student of DJ Vaishnavas. They taught me to be an entrepreneur. I think in your college, thousands of entrepreneurs are there. Thousands of startups also there. But you must understand it. So innovations in groceries. Not only innovations in groceries, even what you call here, the textbook references. Those days, innovations references. Those days, library. Kanimara libraries, sanctuary library, centenary libraries, your college libraries. But what you are telling, because sir, I have my mobile phone, I can refer my textbook, I can refer my, I can study, I can refer my newspaper, journal. There are a number of websites, there are a number of content which are there, a number of content is there. So innovations for reference, even the textbook, right? So today everything is online. How to do the innovations in references, innovation references. That also very, very important. Then I have to go for eating places. I think nowadays, but as a youngsters, our concept is something different. Sir, why you are insisting to take my food in my home? How is it possible? I think my youngsters, sir, I used to go with my friend. How can I go? Right? I think that concept is something different. Concept there. But today, the business aspect as an entrepreneur aspect, how to do that, because earlier days, only the restaurant business are there. But today, what happening here? There are n number of Swiggy, Zomato, Food Panda. There are so many online systems are there. You can order. You can order through the online, whatever the varieties, whatever the brand, whatever the shops, wherever the place, so I can order. It should be more comfortable for me. I can use this online platform to use my day-to-day needs. So that means the innovations in eating places, even as a restaurant guys, no need to spend much more money. Even how many square feet I can occupy, the furnitures, the trained employees, the chef. So it is very, very affordable. The cost is not correct. Not affordable. So I can use these innovations in eating places. Then finally I can use whatever, because these are all the innovations. Innovations in the references, innovations in groceries, innovations in booking room, innovations in taxi, innovations in media, innovations in footprint places. So there are n number of examples for the innovations. Still thousands of innovations in business. Even film industries, what they are doing nowadays, because there are instead of the theater, I don't know, I think what are the .coms are there. Right? Instead of cinema theaters, the home itself you can see, you can watch. Netflix, Netflix is something. Netflix and so many websites are there. You can use it. What is the secret success? The secret success very, very important, sir. Every business, if you want to succeed in your business, the main secret, there are 3 things to create successful startup. 3 things to create a successful startup. What are the main things? You start with good people. Start with good people in the sense, what happening again? Your partners are very, very important. How you are selecting your life partner in your family. How you are selecting a good friend for your college life or your youth life. The partner is very, very important. The partner's alignment, their wavelength, the mindset, everything should be more important. That's what the selection of the business partner is one of the most important for your business success. Selection of the business partner is very, very important. Next to the selection of the business partner, to make something customers actually want. I think now apart from the partners, trustworthiness is very important. Then you must understanding the customer needs. You need to understanding the customer needs. What actually customer needs? Without customer needs, you never run the business. You must understanding about the customer expectations, customer satisfaction, customer preferences. Right? So you have to do thorough analysis about the market, the product. Yeah, that's what I would like to quote one small example. The 100 varieties of dosa. How many of you are aware of 100 varieties of dosa? I don't know. 100 varieties of dosa kadai. So the dosa kadai promoter is his name is Mr. Thamodaran. His name is Mr. Thamodaran. He is basically electronics communication engineer. After his graduation, he got placement at TCS. After 7 years, 8 years, then he got an opportunity on-site, UK, London. He worked for 2 years. When he was in London, so every day he used to visit London Street. So in London streets, hundreds of thousands of the truck-based product, truck-based food, various varieties, even the consumer durable product, electronics goods, mobile phones, so many businesses are there. All of them youngsters. Many educational institutions, universities also encourage the students to start up their own business. Start up their own business in the campus itself. Then what happened here? He 2 years of experience. Then he decided, so I think I don't like to continue in TCS services. He wanted to quit the job. Then what happened? London itself, he put a paper to the TCS companies. The London itself, he came out from the TCS again back to India. He wanted to start up his own business in India, but he doesn't know what he want to start, where he want to start. So the market study is very, very important. Market feasibility study is very, very important. What product I can do? What business I can do? What product I can do? What business I can do? And finally, he was analyzed the food product also there, food processing industry also there, fast food industry also there. Even that fast food, that is fresh fast food also there, packed fast food also there, hotel restaurant also there, liquor business also there, computing business also there, jewelry also there. There are hundreds of business opportunities. He wanted to start only food industries. Why? Because the growing industries. The lifestyle is something different. People wanted to eat more. What I'm saying, because the people, now today, the B2B being bug. The B2B. B2B is a business to business. That business to customers. That is a relationship, business to business, business to customers. But here, what we are doing, H to H. This is new concept, H to H. People eating at hotel and admitting in hospitals. This is happening. H to H concept. But here, what I'm saying, it's not possible. So I think what happened, because they need to understand the customer needs. Then what happened? He wanted to start his own business. I think his partner, that gentleman belongs to Muslim communities. He belongs to Hindus. So both of their mindset something different. Alignment is too strong. The trustworthiness also very strong. So with this, they started to initiating their own business in food product. And finally, they concluded dosa is good. Dosa is good. Then when you are preparing dosas, what happening here? I think not only in Tamil Nadu, the dosa, earlier dosa, only amma kal dosa. Amma kal dosas. Now slowly, tomato dosa, onion dosa, vegetable dosa, mushroom dosa, chicken dosa, mutton dosa, so many varieties of dosa. But they wanted to stick on only vegetarian. Then what they did, they have visited 10 more states in India, including Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal. So they were visited 3 months. They took a time. They have visited various states. What type of dosa which is specialized? They bring all the ingredients, the materials. Then they have started such a small way at Madipakam. The first 1 month there is no response. Then they plan to distribute a sample at what do you call it? Very big flats, free sample distributions. After tasting the food by the customers what here started to searching his shop, buying the product, tasting the product. Now is a branch, more than 11 branches across Chennai. His turnover also more than 20 crores. So that's what customers really need. Then you tend to spend as little money as possible. Sir. The investments, what happening here, I think you can spend only small monies. Whatever. I used to tell in my class, as a business guy, don't invest your own money into your business. You can utilize others' money. Then you will be a great businessman. This is the secret success 1. Then secret success 2, whether professionals can grasp such changes, have pride in how far you have come can go. Professionals can grasp such changes. Have pride in how far you have come can go. I think you have to think. You have to think like this. The professionals can change, can grasp the changes. Yeah, definitely as a professionals, we can change. So I think these programs might be change your mind. Right, this presentations might be your attitude. Then the third secret, don't be afraid of change. Whatever, the change is inevitable. Change is permanent. Right? The change is always there, but you should be challenged. If there is any change, you should be challenged. You have more passionate to challenge. It is leading you to new beginnings. The change in the sense what it is leading you to new beginnings. So I think when you are studying schoolings, then higher secondaries, then college, after college, change is always there. Then your marriage, after changes is there. Change is also there. Don't afraid of your change. The change is always leading you for new beginnings. Leading for you the new beginnings. That's very, very important. So this is another one, secret success. And fourth one is, it is not the strongest or most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. It is not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. It is not an issue. It is not the strongest or most intelligent who will survive, who will not survive. Even the classroom itself, it's very possible. But those who can best manage the change, I think who can manage, I think that's what are the uncertainties, unpredictabilities. According to problems, I can manage. That's very, very important. According to manage. So you cannot predict what will happen. Okay. Most intelligence, I think you people, even the classroom itself, faculty will be scolding, hey, you where you are studying, because you never stand in your life. I think those who are intelligent students, I think you will be a number one guys, you will succeed, but that guys will be failure, the other guys will be passed. So this is the examples. The last secret of success, dear past, thanks for all the lessons. I think the last year, 2020-21, whatever the past, leave it. Dear future, I am ready. 22, you out ready. For 2022, you will be ready. So like that, past is, whatever the past is past. You can pass. Dear future, you are ready to work for the futures. You are ready to face the future. You are ready to challenge the futures. You are ready to challenge the futures. So these are all the 5 secret successes which are highly influence you behind you for your business success. So in these great critical aspects, you must understanding about what are the things which is really very important. What are the things which is not correct. Where you can more focused in your business. This is one small statistics about top 10 startup mistakes. Top 10 startup mistakes. The first mistakes, the major mistakes the corporate is failure. What do you call here? Building something that nobody wants. Building something that nobody wants. 36% the failure, those who are unable to find out the customer's need, unable to find out the customer's mind. The customer preference is very, very important. Without customer preference, I can't do anything. Without customer preference, I can't do anything. So you must understanding the customer needs, customer expectations. So the most of the business guys, what you are doing, so before I have to start my business, I need to understanding about my customers, about the societies, what is the really need. 36% of the business failure. So they are not understanding about your customer mind. Then the other things is the second aspect, 18% failure because of hiring poor people. So when you are recruiting guys, the hiring employees potential is very, very important. Employees performance very, very important. Employees attitude is very important. Employees behaviors are very, very important. So you must understanding about your potential employees. When you are choosing a wrong person, everything will be wrong. When you are choosing a right person, which is always doing right things in your business, that's what the hiring, hiring people is very, very important. Then another one important aspect, lack of focus. Where you are focused, technology-based product, food product is more important, or textile business, or design business, or consulting business, lack of focus 13%. And ignoring social media, only 7%, what happened here, ignoring social medias. So you can use the social media, but nowadays what they are doing, almost all of them wanted to use only social media. Well, because whatever the brand advertisements never influence anything in the mind, only is at a limit. Don't think if advertisement is very strong, so I can succeed, which is not correct, my dear friends. Right, my dear friends, I think that also one of the most influenced part. But the product is more important, product features are more important, customer satisfaction more important, your employees also more important. What is your vision and the mission is very important. So the rest of the things, what only small percentage. So what I'm saying as a startup guys, but when you are initiating such a startup, you have to be focused where I need to focus. What is my business vision? What is my business mission? What is my strategies? What identify my employees? How to identify my partners? So these are all the very, very important, sir. So I think the top 10. So you must understanding various things are very, very important. So I think very important. Then you must identify the teacher's role, not only teacher's role, even as a student. So both of you join here. So if you want to really start up your own business, what mind, which is really very important, the teachers should use to teach business quizzes. The student should effectively participate in the business quiz and doing business quiz. So that the innovations, the design thinking, creativities, design thinking, the problem solvings, creativities, reasonings. So that's what the business quiz always intuiting the student's mind. The faculty also constantly conducting the business quiz in the classroom itself. Then the business leadership talk. So you can arrange the successful leadership talk, success leadership story. Even you could see through the YouTube, some of the social medias, right? Even Ajim Bremji, or the Infosys chief mentor, Narayana Murthy, or Ratan Tata. Tata is one of the best example for you, or Alibaba. Right? So like many business giant is there. So you could see their leadership talk. You can attend the leadership program, leadership forum. Then the review of your business status. Review of business status. That's what I'm saying. If you want to do any one business, restaurant business. So what type of restaurants there? What is the scope of the restaurant? How much of populations are going there? What is the market share of the restaurant? The coffee business, textile business, or software business, hardware business, training aspect, educational aspect, software aspect. The business reviews, who are the competitors, how many competitors, what are the competitor technology, what are the competitor price, the marketing strategies, customers' views, so which is called, you keep on monitoring the market, you keep on doing some of analysis in the market. Then you do the review of the product and technology development, the competitor's product, your product features, your product unique technologies, unique ideas, unique research, unique utilities. Unique utilities, the review of the product and technology development is very important. Unique of the product and technology development. So as a teacher, you used to tell in the classrooms, you may be preparing students, but as a students, those who are participating, say, you try to involve, you try to analyze, you try to intuit in your mind. So not only the teacher's role, even as an individual, say, I can involve myself. That's what you can preparing and developing business model, business plan like that, consultancy, startup like this. So when you are initiating yourself, when you are involvement yourself, definitely you can succeed anything in the market, sir. You can succeed in this market. So with this, I can finish my presentations. With this, my grateful thank. You have any queries, you can always ask. I am ready to clarify your everything. So with this, my grateful thank, the head of the institution, Dr. Santosh Babu, head of the department, Dr. Jaishankar, and the great coordinator, Dr. G. Yamuna, young and energetic, but the coordinators are such a wonderful program for the faculty and students. I'm really very grateful. Thank the entire the college authorities initiating such a wonderful task for the students' mind, English students' mind into the venture. With this, my grateful thank you very much. Thank you.
Yamuna, shall I comment now?
1 minute, Sir President.
Good evening. I was supposed to deliver the keynote address.
Sir, can you move your camera a little down, sir? Your face is not.
There is no power supply in my place.
Now it's fine, sir.
Yes, owing to connectivity issues, I could not continue my speech. Both our beloved principal, Dr. Santosh Babu, and our guest speaker, Dr. Maran, stressed the importance of innovation for a person to be a successful entrepreneur. It is true that an entrepreneur has to innovate and not imitate. You should not offer something that is already available in the market. You cannot offer a product which is already known to the market. You must offer something different. See, in the early 80s, Maruti Udyog was started in India. And during that time, we had only the Ambassador and the Fiat brands of cars. But Maruti became a big success in the initial stage itself, mainly because the concept of a small car was new to the Indian market. And the stress was on fuel efficiency. And it was also reasonably priced. So the company offered a product that was unique. And that was the main reason why it became a huge success. And Maruti till today continues to be the #1 car company in India, despite the fact that several foreign car manufacturers have come into India. So it is important that as an entrepreneur, you offer something unique to the market. Only then you can hope to be successful. See, even if you take the case of Reliance Group, Dhirubhai Ambani, no formal qualification is required for a person to be a successful entrepreneur. You don't have to have an MTech or an MBA to be a successful entrepreneur. Most of the successful businessmen of India, if you take, they all had a very humble beginning. In the case of Reliance, Dhirubhai Ambani, father of Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani, he only worked as an employee in a petrol bunk. The family owns petrochemical industry itself, Reliance Petrochemicals. And coming to the south, we are all familiar with the Sarvana Bhavan Hotel brand. The proprietor, late Rajagopal, he never studied catering technology or hotel management. So he started the hotel business in Chennai and started expanding by having more branches in Chennai. They have branches in other parts of India, and now the brand has become a global brand. They have even overseas branches. So this clearly indicates that no formal qualification is required for a person to be an entrepreneur. Then what is even more important is risk-taking ability. Economists often say the higher the risk, the greater the profitability. So there is no guarantee that you will be successful, but you should have the capacity to bear the risk. So in the initial years, you may suffer loss. Profits don't start accruing to the business in the initial phase itself. You are all familiar with the trade, the product life cycle, the service life cycle. So you have the introduction phase, the growth phase, the maturity phase, and finally the decline phase. So it takes time for the product to be popular, the brand to become popular in the market. Only then you can hope to make profits. Then, of course, organizing ability, which is very, very important for an entrepreneur. See, you're all, as commerce students, familiar with the factors of production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So enterprise comes the last. The word enterprise itself has come from the French word entreprendre. It means to undertake. So the enterprise is something which is run by an entrepreneur. And what is his job? His job is to combine the other three factors: land, labor, and capital. How effectively he combines those three factors in the proper proportion, that will determine the fate of his business. So he needs to have organizing ability. Then, of course, decision-making capacity. See, in business, crucial decisions have to be taken. If the right type of decision is not taken at the right time, it may prove to be disastrous for the business. So for that, what the entrepreneur is supposed to do is, if he really wants to safeguard himself, safeguard his business, he can anticipate problems that are going to come in future, keep the solutions ready. So as and when the problem arises, he can apply the solution. For example, in the last 2 years or so, we know we have understood the technique of managing the classroom work. What we could not do offline, we have now learned to do through online mode. So there is always an alternative available. So an entrepreneur is one who is supposed to have knowledge of all alternatives, and that is what is decision making all about. You select the right alternative at the right time. Then adaptability. See, business is not static. For that matter, no activity in this world is static. Everything is changing. Technology that was once popular has now become outdated. Like Java phones were once popular, once used, but nobody uses the Java phones now. It's only the Android and the iPhones which are popular. So you have to keep adapting yourself to the changes that are happening in technology, in the economy, and you have to adapt to even political changes. So governments come and go. When there is change in government, there is change in government policy also. So you have to be flexible to adapt to changes. And of course, you should not be bothered about the short-term things. That's what happens when you start a business. You expect the profits to come to you in a very short period of time. That may not happen. So you have to forego. You should be prepared mentally to forego profits in the initial years. Profits will start accruing to you. So you should be long-term oriented. So that is what is important. You must think of staying in the industry for a longer period, and that is even more important. So with these qualities, and of course, as pointed out by our principal, as pointed out by the resource person, Dr. Maran, innovation. Think of something that is very new. The market has not seen before. Only then you can hope to be successful. Don't try to imitate the fellow businessman. If you are trying to do some business, come with original ideas. That is very, very important. So with this, I'm sure you would have found the session more useful, interesting, and also informative. I thank on behalf of the PG and Research Department of Commerce, Dwarkadas Govindas Vaishnav College, and also the team of Innovation Institutions Innovative Council and our principal. I thank the resource person, Dr. Maran, for accepting our invitation and for enlightening our students on the importance of entrepreneurship and innovation. I'm sure you would have found the session interesting and useful. I now hand over the proceedings to our organizing team. Thank you very much.
You can give an option of unmuting and talk. Students, those who have any queries relating to entrepreneurship and innovation, as well as startup and IPRs, you can raise your doubts. The SAR will be helping you out in clarifying it.
Yes, yeah, I think you can go through only the Google, what is the Sugi, in the sense, what is the customer market share, you can find out. The services, customer aspect, so everything, the Google is enough to you. I think why are you bothering about the secret? Only bothering of the secret. You try to find out your own secret. What is the secret or inside of your mind? That is only the model, the inspiration for you, model for you. Right? I think when you're asking their formula, I think how is it possible, the pharma companies, is it possible to disclose their formula? Or the Saravana Bhavan say, is it possible to disclose how to prepare sambar? Which is possible. Only to find out their business model, how they are attracting their customers, what are the product uniqueness, what are the qualities are there, ingredients are there. So we need to observe, we need to understanding through the primary information as well as the secondary information. According to that, we need to act. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I too had a note, as you said before starting a business, studying the market as well as knowing about the competitors and more about consumer preference is very important.
Yes.
So I would like to know, sir, on what basis can we know the preference of a consumer? As many businesses used to go for a survey, but it's not possible to cover up a huge area with a survey. So could you just list up a few ideas, suggestions for knowing the consumer preference?
Yes. Take for instance Swiggy, Snapdeal. I think one more competitor is Swiggy, then food product. Zomato, you know? Zomato,
Swiggy.
Yes. Only the two players are there. Out of the two players, we can easily find out. You can go to any restaurant. In front of restaurants, 50 or 60 Swiggy boys also there, standing. And the Zomato boys also there. Just observations. You made an observation. How many of the Swiggy boys waiting? How many of the Zomato guys waiting? We can easily find out. When you go through the website, I think the people, how many of them ordered through Swiggy? How many of them ordered through Zomato? How many of them ordered Food Panda? So these are the various informations which are there. No need to go to in-depth ideas, in-depth analysis. their profit, net profit before tax, net profit after tax, and research and development. No need to do. Only the general studies enough to you. We can easily find out. Even you can go to retail outlets, consumer durable product. So the consumer durable product today, you see, the Satya is one of the most popular brand they are advertising. Vasantanko also everyday advertising. Griya's also advertising it. So when you are trying to find out the dealerships, what here, who are the number one in the sense what you can easily find out, the word of mouth I can find out. I will find out. So that's what I'm saying, the market study in the sense who are the market leader. For example, even the last year mobile phone. The mobile phone, who is the number one? Xiaomi, I think the Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, what is the market share of Samsung? So these are the details available in the network, in the Googles. We can easily find out. Even car industries. Who are the number one market shares? Maruti Suzuki is still 45 to 50%. Hyundai, next to Maruti, Hyundai is there. Then Honda also there. What about Ford? No more. Hindustan Motors? No more. So we can easily find out. Even today, Saravana Bhavan, what happened to Saravana Bhavan? How many branches were there? How many branches today? What are the basic reasons behind it? If there is any problems, just a matter of one-time services. When you are eating idli or dosa in Saravana Bhavan, at the same time eating at Balaji Bhavan and some other restaurants, we can easily find out who are the best services, who are the worst services. Everything based on the observations, analysis, understandings. Then you have to execute the applications. It's a very simple concept. Okay, that's what the market study in the sense, no need to go the in-depth market studies, just you can observe it. The observation is only enough. One more information for you, my dear student. When you go to chai shops, in college, even the DG Vaishnava College opposite, there are so many chai shops available. So out of that, the just 2 days, 3 days, 3 more shops are there. Out of 3 shops, which shop is best shop? You can easily identify. You know which shop. I think that shop is very, very dirty shop. That fellow is not providing such kind of qualities. I think that shop, another one shop is best qualities. So this is the way to find out the quality ingredients by the service providers or the business guys. Would you follow me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely well said, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for clearing my doubt.
Thank you.
Okay, we can close.
One more question also here in chat.
Yes, you allow them. Overcome the problems. How to overcome the problem? The strategy is also very, very important. How to overcome the competitors' issues? Strategy is very important. Your decision making is more important. The decision making. How to make right decisions. The decision making is very, very important. According to the situations, you need to overcome the problems. Today, the overcome because Yamuna madam strictly instructed you stick on the online till 5 o'clock. But how many of them stick on? I think, sir, I am also in online. Everyone is online. But how many of you observing? How many of you understanding? This is the overcome the problem. I'm right here. I think in the online education, only the 20% of students are responding very well. Right? The rest of them, sir, I think you ask attendance is mandatory, but I want to enjoy some other places. So according to the situations, we need to manage ourselves. That's very, very simple concept. Your mind is more important. Anything else? Yamuna madam, anything else?
Okay.
I think we can call Pragadish or Anshul.
Yes.
Good evening to one and all present here. At the outset, I would like to render my sincere thanks to our resource person, Dr. Maran, sir, for the enlightening session. Your words definitely would have reached the youngsters, no doubt in it, and inspired many young minds, sir. I'm sure they will be implanting the ideas what you have given to them today, innovatively and shine in their lives, sir. I sincerely thank our beloved Secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Mundraji, sir, and our beloved Principal, Dr. Santosh Babu, sir, for permitting us to conduct the webinar successfully and being supportive to all our endeavors. I deeply indebted to head of the department, Dr. Jaishankar, sir, for his constant encouragement and motivation, sir. I would like to take the opportunity of thanking Professor Seshadrinathan, sir, for being with us always and very kind. I also extend my thanks to all my colleagues. Last but not least, I thank all the students who have been groomed today with the new ideas and made the webinar success.
Do well, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Patriotism consists not only in waving the flag, but also in striving that our country shall be righteous as well as be strong. After all, we have bold stripes, bright stars, and brave hearts. So let us mark the end of this program with the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Good. All the best. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you so much. Okay, students. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Continue, Pragadish.